Hello guys, what is up? This is RJ and this is a 2v2 cast sent to me by RealxItalian playing Protoss. Didn't he play Zerg? I can't remember. Well, since this is 2v2, you can't like control N and then bring up the names, and I disabled music because I'm a scrub. So up here in the top left hand corner of Searing Crater, we got Italian's teammate Newoutset, and down here we have RealxItalian. Over here, Vanci, or I assume it's Vanci. Yes, oh, RealxItalian was random, that's why. And then dvkiss, I'll just name him Kiss. He'll be Vanci, New, and Italian. So far, nothing crazy, no epic cheeses. Except we do have this part right here has been scouted, so it seems like, oh, I must have missed this. Kiss, why do you have to cannon rush? Why? You're even supply blocked. You're the worst cannon rusher ever. Who gets supply blocked on a cannon rush? Whatever. Anyway, Vanci doing some normal stuff, walling off, putting his barracks at the bottom, which indicates that he and his partner are going to fast expand. But we all know that dvkiss is not going to do that. He is going to be a cheesy bastard, proxy gating his way to victory. And normal stuff for RealxItalian, getting his simulator on time. Maybe a little too early for some people, but I don't play Protoss, and neither does he. The gateway is almost done. 3 racks, so it is going to be some 3 racks aggression. Maybe he'll fast expand behind it. I really doubt it, unless he is really good at it. And we have a base inside his base. He has more. dvkiss has more structures inside of New's base than New does. Well, we have 1 gateway finishing for dvkiss. And it is so sad that he did not see that. He does not see this. The good thing about this map for cheesers anyway is that you know exactly where your opponent's spawning, so you don't have to go and like scout and check to make sure. Because we have 4 racks aggression. This is insanely aggressive. These guys must have practiced this before. Get some proxy zealots out. And there's 1 lonely marine here. A factory going down, so it does look like New is going to 1-1-1. And RealxItalian is not currently out his warp gate research, which is odd. Most Protosses generally do that. At least he's not getting supply blocked. One thing I find as Protoss, when I played that 1 game as Protoss, is that for some reason it's really hard to actually get supply block, because you always have to be building new power areas to have more buildings in, unless you're like a total scrub. And look here, we have 5 zealots going into the base of New. New is like, what the fuck? This has got to be GG. He has nothing. He doesn't even have a bunker there. He doesn't have siege tanks. He doesn't have a factory there. He is lifting out his orbital command, so I wouldn't be surprised for him, lift it up here. But then we have this here. There is an island base somewhere. I can't remember. The zealots going after the supply depots, trying to get New supply blocked, which he is not. Just looks like he is just going to plop down, and RealxItalian has 1 stalker. If he can micro these stalkers, then he can do it. But look down here, I also have Marines coming out from Vanci, and man, this is lagging like a bitch. And these Marines are just shredding in tears the SCVs. The SCVs are dying, and then the Zealots coming up into the base of RealxItalian. Italian has another stalker on the way, researching that warp gate. Very good. A robotics facility with an immortal. If that immortal comes out, he might actually be able to hold this off. It'll be tough. Micro your little heart out. He has 1 sentry. He has to use that sentry to its fullest potential. Walling himself in, not that great of a decision, but at least it saves him some time. And he didn't even wall himself off completely. He left that little part there. Attack that zealot. Attack that zealot. If that immortal comes out, it will die in shreds. New is like sneaky man. That was very sneaky. Is New going to GG? He has his orbital command up here, and that the immortal was about to finish. It didn't finish! That Immortal, so close. It literally had no seconds left for it to be finished. Absolutely no seconds left, and it looks like RealxItalian might actually be able to hold this off. It will be tough. Once that Immortal comes out, he will be able to shred these Zealots. He has to micro the Immortal. He has to move the Immortal back. He can't take any more unnecessary hits from those Zealots. More Zealots coming out. That Immortal will get clumped up by those Zealots, and those Zealots doing a very good job walling himself off, having that pylon as only wall, but he does have this small gap over here. 2 Stalkers doing massive damage. Those force fields helping out so much. He has to build more stuff. He only has 1 warp gate. He has to build more warp gates, and good. New is re-expanding 2 Italians natural, doing some good things, and these Zealots are so terrible. They're just too busy worrying about the buildings and the structures than the units, because they are being ripped to shreds. He has 3 gateways, is not building anything. Look at his minerals, 1,400 minerals. He thinks he has already won, but if RealxItalian can do this, he might actually be able to win this. I can actually see him holding this off. It'll be tough. Oh, he just lost 1 Stalker. I don't know. That's just sure. He has to micro that Stalker. That Stalker does survive. He still needs to move all those probes back on the mineral line. Has more gateways. At least he has his warp gate research. He has chrono boost all the way. He has a ton of minerals, and it looks like New is going to be attacked again by Vanci. He only has 1 Hellion, microing that Hellion, saving it for a few extra seconds, but that Hellion, unless he can get some good repairs on it, will do nothing. 4 Marines sitting here doing nothing. These Marines attacking. The Hellion, the SCVs repairing the Hellion, and the Marines are trying to kill off the SCVs. That is really good tactics by New. I have not actually seen someone continuously repair their Hellion in-game, and I forgot to close this. Great. Yeah, my rendering, for some reason, it just goes like black, and it just flashes black time and time after again. It's really weird. I don't know why, but it is. We got 3 Stalkers here for RealxItalian. We have 3 more Marines for Vanci. Those Stalkers are going to get sandwiched. And we have Zealots over here. We have 1 Hellion going to be a hero. Will he even be able to get 1 Marine? He takes 1 Marine with him. But unless that Hellion does some good micro, he will be trapped in the corner. He takes 1 Marine with him. He has these Zealots to deal with in the main, but he has Stalkers, and Stalkers beat Zealots. This is not warp gated. He needs to put those probes back on. He needs all his Stalkers. He needs some changes to warp gate. He needs to put a forward pylon to be able to warp and stuff more easily. Of course, he's probably not thinking all of that at this time. What do we have here in the base of New? We just have the extractors left. We only have a factory rebuilt, and if RealxItalian will send him 100 minerals, he could actually be able to rebuild maybe in this corner over here. But we have the Zealots coming in. We have Marines as backup, and those with good micro, those Zealots will die, but those Marines still has to deal with those Marines. That 1 Stalker is going to go down. He has so many Zealots to deal with, warping it. More Stalkers. Those Stalkers, I think, might be able to come over those Marines, but unless he has the Zealots to support him, and he has taken so many unnecessary hits from the Zealots. He has an Immortal out. That Immortal is huge. It is shredding to bits the leftover Marines, and this Zealot is glitching out. And he has 4 low health Stalkers. Good micro saves 4 Stalkers. If he did not have those 4 Stalkers, he might not actually have been able to win. Look what we have here. We have 6 gates. 6 gates. A ridiculous amount of gates. He doesn't even have anything back in here. Give me some gas, minerals. I can make tank. Lol. Yes, tank would actually be huge to this. You could just put a siege tank up here, and so many units will be lost. And we have the Immortal and the Stalkers going in. Some good micro in the back, but getting squashed by those Marines. Those Marines doing so much damage to those Stalkers, and those Zealots will be able to take out those Stalkers if he micros good. And that Immortal doing so much damage. That Immortal, I don't even know how many kills I had. I didn't check fast enough. I'm talking really fast. And those Stalkers will go down. He'll have to go back, losing almost all of his forces. And he needs a little bit. He needs an SCV. He needs stuff. He can't build a tank. He does not have any supply at the moment. Does he even have any SCVs at the moment? No, he has no units whatsoever. We have the Zealot Marine ball over here, and we still have these 4 racks not expanding. This is a cheese. Doesn't even have his orbital. Chrono is so full right there. He needs an SCV badly, and I'm lagging again. This force is actually not enough to deal with this. Maybe these, if he micros properly, which we have seen him micro properly, with these sentries he will be able to hold off for a little bit until the Terran techs up, which I'm not sure he might, because this Terran is actually pretty bad. He is building a factory, so okay, he is starting to tech up. But there are just so many Marines, so many clumps and groups of Marines. And he needs to just... RealxItalian just needs to give him the minerals to actually be able to build a command center. But he has nothing. He has no minerals. He just gave them all to RealxItalian. He's going to use this factory to scout. That's all he's got to do. Maybe as a meat shield. Or more like a tech shield at this case. We have extended thermal links coming in for RealxItalian, and that Colossus is coming out. The Colossus is there warping in an observer just in case there's any cheesy stuff like DTs or anything. And yes, he will use this to draw fire from the Marines. He has those Immortals. He has the Colossus, and the Colossus will rip shreds into them, splitting the army of them in half. He has to micro better. He has to micro better because those Zealots are going to do so much damage if he does not micro, and he is microing properly, but that Colossus is very slow and might get a few hits. As long as they don't touch his health, then he is perfectly fine. Losing a few Stalkers, but overall saving himself from the main force. Building 2 bunkers. RealxItalian has to move now. If he doesn't move now, he will not be able to do this because these 2 bunkers will hold him back and possibly make him lose, unless he just plants his Colossus up here. And there we go, moving out with the Colossus. That Colossus is game changer. That Colossus just won him the game. This game is over. Those Marines cannot deal with this many Stalker, Mortal, and Colossus. Single Colossus. We have the Observer for Italian there. He is doing a pretty good job as Protoss, as random. Unit control is nice. His unit control is very nice. Good sniping off the pylons, not wasting time at those gateways, just unpowering those buildings. And unfortunately, that pylon does not reach to that gateway for the kiss. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you come back from a cheese, a double cheese. 1, the cheeser must suck. 2, the cheeser must suck. And 3, you have to micro. Because honestly, the micro back at his base with the force fields and everything is good, and RealxItalian saying attack, but your ally has nothing. He has no buildings. He has nothing. He has no SCVs. He can't do anything. All he has is this 1 burning factory. Poor day for New. Now he has to rebuild now because he has a tank, but he does have that observer, so he'll be able to take out that tank, no problem. This many Marines are actually not enough to deal with this Stalker Colossus Immortal force. That proxy pylon, but if RealxItalian doesn't attack soon, he is going to die. That factory is going to burn. 3, 2, 1, boom. Dude, control. You have to get that tank. You have to get that tank. If you do not get that tank, you are dead. Good. Moving away, but these Stalkers are still in the range of that tank. Going straight for the tank. Smart, smart. Those Marines will die. That Colossus is just too powerful. He has too many units. He has that proxy pylon here, so he'll be able to reinforce pretty easily. The winning factor for RealxItalian is that he went Stalker against Zealot, and if he just went pure Zealots, he would not have been able to make it. Those reinforcements will get shut out by RealxItalian, and looks like we have a Nexus building for Kiss, the cheesy bastard. But he'll not use it, maybe because this base isn't even saturated yet. Have you thought about that? My god, cheesers make me sick. I fucking hate cheesers. We have Vikings. Pretty smart, actually. Getting rid of those add-ons. He has to get rid of that now, and then he's got to attack that Viking, or else Viking will do so much damage to that Colossus, and he takes off 1 shot, but nothing too major happens. That tank will die quickly, get a few shots off. Is getting some SCVs, but honestly, the RealxItalian can just get Void Rays. That's what I was looking for, Void Rays, and kill him. Or wait until this burns. There we go. It's burning. There is no way. He'll have to land this here. But dvkiss has left the game. Now all you have to worry about is Vanci. And Vanci leaves the game. That was actually quite nice. I have to say, very good play by Silver Gold League. This base is completely outmined. He did not move his probes, but he was going in for the kill. He knew that he was going to win. Honestly, the cheeser, Kiss, spending so much time just worrying about the buildings of RealxItalian, just wasted so much time with those zealots because those zealots died because the stalkers outranged them, and the sentry placement was good. It wasn't perfect because there were still holes in it, but it was decent enough to where that not all the zealots could come through, and he could take a few more shots off and take off maybe 1 or 2 extra zealots. And then good micro, not just leaving the stalkers there, moving them back and shooting, scoot and shoot or stutter step as a Marine would do with those stalkers. Good play by RealxItalian. He doesn't play Protoss, and I don't suspect he's played Protoss that often even. So anyway guys, this was RJ bringing you a solo cast of StarCraft 2. Now I'm going to play Star Wars.